We go. All right, welcome everybody to the RRR247 team conference call. All you new students and all you instructors and everybody that's been around for a while, you're in the right place at the right time. There's always great things happening, and it's Tuesday night. So it's the most important night of the week, because if we're going to make big announcements or our co-founders are going to add anything big to the system, it's always going to happen on a Tuesday night. You never want to miss that, right? Never want to miss that. Never miss a Tuesday night. Share that information. Do everybody a favor and make sure they understand that information. For all you new people, what I say, 25 brand new people and the 35 brand new people who just came in last week, given that's a large 60 brand new people in the last 2 weeks. That's a great thing to see. We're excited for you, and welcome to the team. My name's Nialetti. I'm calling in from Southwest Florida. I've been in the industry for 33 years. This is an industry that opened up different doors for me, changed the course of my life. I've known the co-founders of this for almost 30 years now, and it's been an incredible time. We've done incredible things over the last 3 decades. We've marketed a lot of different products and services, taken great things to the marketplace to help people live a better quality of life or improve their situation in some way, shape, or form. But we have never had it as good as we have it right now. When I got involved, I met Rory Rickard, one of our co-founders, because he was working for a voicemail company that I needed to promote my business all over the nation, right? And I got a hold of him, and not only did he give me a great voicemail that could handle all the volume that I needed, he gave me a system of voicemail, whereas I built a team of people around the country, I could send a message out to them all at the same time. And to some of you, I see you shaking your heads. You're like, well, we do that every day. No, this was in 1992. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of the technology we had today. But we did have Rory and his passion for mass communication. But when the internet did come out in 93, 94, when all the computers were starting to hit kitchen countertops and home offices, that's when Rory really found his niche. And he left the telephone company, went to work, got on the internet, became the first online guru. It started with lead generation. He's built several lead generation companies, him and his wife, Tanya, and they've been incredibly successful with it. After becoming the lead generation guru, and there was nobody better than him out there, he did everything right. He nurtured every relationship. He took care of all of his customers. He built this globally, and then he started building websites because that's what people were needing next. His first website was like a flyer on the internet. We could add color to it. I thought that was great. Put a page behind that page, it was even greater, right? But that thing has evolved over time. 15 years ago, Rory sat down to create a system to teach everybody how to do exactly what he knows how to do, and that's market online. But instead of having a lot of different websites and a lot of different pages, he built this system that you're looking at today, the performance blogging system. We don't sit online and blog all day. We're not chatters in chat groups all days, but we use a blogging format to create the content. Search engines are looking for that. With all the other skills that he brings to the table, we can drive traffic to a page like nobody else can. Traffic to your page, getting viewers and readers and clicks to buy products and services that you're representing. Something that you get to take to the world, help other people improve the quality of your life, give them a hand up with some kind of an opportunity while you're also building a home for yourself, building an incredible business for yourself. This is a win-win. And we get to take this out every day. I wake up and I say, I'm excited to get to work. I can't believe I'm a part of this. I pinch myself. I talked to Rory on the phone, and I think we even did it today when we were on the phone, and said, I can't believe how good we have it and all the things that we have. We get to do this. We get to do it every day. When I got involved 33 years ago, I was just looking for a way to supplement my income. If I could make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month to spoil my kids, that's what I was all about. I learned really quick by becoming a good student. I can make a whole lot more than that. I was going back to school when I got started to be an aviation mechanic. I went to work at the airport. That school was on, actually, but I got good letters of recommendation and got hired right away. I only worked there for 6 months, and I said, it's no longer advantageous for me to go to work when I'm missing so much fun and so much potential with my part-time business. So I walked away from my job 33 years ago, never looked back. It's been the best decision of my life. I was that dad who got to put my kids on the bus, take them off the bus, go to every football practice, volleyball game, cheerleading camp, and I became the bowling coach of the high school because why? I got to spend more time with my kids, and they needed a coach. And I could do it because I had that freedom, right? I had the time freedom, I had the financial freedom, and that's what this industry opened up for me. It opened up doors I never knew it existed. I met people all over the world, but I'm blessed the most by the relationships of the people I met that are our co-founders in this system 30 years ago. I met Rory first. I got to fly out to Utah and meet his lovely wife, our other co-founder, Tanya Rickard, a couple of years after meeting him. And I knew right away that these two were a power couple. I met this young lady who was raising 7 kids, running several businesses, and helping Rory get this thing all put together and training the multitude of students that Rory was bringing in with a system that nobody else had or could reproduce. And together, she was one of the most organized people I've ever met, still is one of the most organized people I've ever met. And she teaches all of us still today how to become more organized. But they're a power couple of people that complement each other very, very well. But they're people who wake up every morning with a passion to help others. They have a cup of coffee, watch that sun come up over the mountains, and say, what can we do to make this better? What can we do to inspire people or help people? What kind of tools can we give them to achieve whatever it is they're here to achieve? That's who you guys are getting in business with. True servant leaders with a good, strong Christian background that have a big passion to help millions and millions of families worldwide, stomp out poverty if we can do it, give people a hand up in any way, shape we can, but take relevant products and services into the marketplace while we're doing that. And they care for each and every member that's a part of this system. The person who's been here the longest and the person who came in today. They care for you equally. And that's never going to go away. We've got a system like nothing I've ever seen in 30 years. And again, I'm happy to be a part of it, but it happened because that young guy had a vision and a passion for mass communication. And he married a woman that had a passion to get attached to that dream and help him get it built. And together, they are going to go down as true legends on this planet. I just know it because to me, what Jim Rohn told me 30 years ago, true legends on this planet are people who find the ways to help the most other people or service the most other people. That's the definition of Rory and Tanya Rickard. That's who you guys are getting in business with. Dive in, become a student like I did, and use the tools. Don't try to learn it all one day. Learn a little bit at a time. Get better every single day. It all comes together. Even when it looks overwhelming in the beginning, it all comes together faster than you think. And it happened because of the training program that Rory's put together. And all you've got to do is follow the steps. So without any further delay, it's already 13 minutes after. It's my pleasure to introduce our co-founder, my brother, my best friend, our leader, our mentor, the creator of this system, Mr. Rory Rickard out there in Utah. Take it away, bud. Microphone's yours. And I know people are dying to hear from you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Niall. I always like to hear you do the intro and you realize what we've done. Tanya and I reflect on it, and it's, it's always good to celebrate and then take that energy and where we're going to go next. So I'm going to do some recap today. These Tuesdays are going to be very, very, they're always important, but they're going to be very, very important, especially leading up to, I call it a deadline. It's our event. It's our in-office time where we actually get to hang out together and really focus on launching things to the springboard. So I'm gonna cover some stuff, and I have a treat for you guys for this weekend. I got permission with Tanya we move some stuff around on the Saturday afternoon, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. So working with a lot of my personal students and I see them on here, so it's awesome. But today I realized something, and so I always call an audible when it's right. And I looked at my schedule and things that are going on, and I'm going to talk to you about what's happening this Saturday. But there is some excitement as a creator of performance blogging. There is some excitement with me because we've reduced a lot of the friction points, and I'm seeing Google AdSense coming on quicker and quicker and quicker, and that is an amazing thing to happen. See, the system works 100%. And getting people to get Google AdSense means they're never going to leave because everything we say becomes true the second they start seeing that revenue come in from having Google AdSense and posting the ads and doing all that work to get their PBS set up, modified to be their own, and all of that. And we removed 30 pages or so from both our VIP system and our standard system that reduced hours and hours of work, yet it didn't take away from the goal of getting Google AdSense going, which was key. I'm going to look back in the history, and I was looking at my journal of the events. This is an epic time for everybody here because of that. Okay, for you new students that just came in the last week, you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's never been as easy to get things up and going as it is right now. We constantly are trying to make some improvements. I have some additional improvements being worked on. We're always progressing. We're always looking to find ways to make the systems work, the incomes happen with less friction, working smarter, right? Using technology wherever we can, and also simplifying any area where we can. I need everybody to keep this in mind, though. Follow the system. It's not a suggestion. It's a system. Okay. I'm tweaking things all the time to make it easier. And if I can prove it out, then we'll modify the system to make it easier going forward. That's what I do. All right. I also have proven out the marketing. I'm working on several projects right now to see if it works in our system, and then we can add it and we can roll it out. We have an amazing staff of MSIs and PSIs and GSIs that are helping us to do the same. It's not being by myself ever anymore, and I love that. And we've come a long, long ways, and it's going to get quicker and faster as we progress, and it needs to. We need to get rid of the friction on the training, because we need people succeeding so we can bring on more students. And if we're going to help millions of people, we've got to streamline it, and we also got to streamline the training and get more proficient. So I'm seeing it happen, and it's something that didn't happen yesterday. We've been working on it for months as we rolled it all out, and even the changes that are amazing and awesome still kind of take delays to take in there. Change causes change. That's why it's called change, right? It's called change because it's going to change all sorts of stuff around it. Even the best of things cause change. All right. Now we're getting very formidable in our patterns of success here at RRR247. So when we bring on a new student, we can get them up to speed even faster than before. That is absolutely evident in the numbers that we see and the traffic. And I'm seeing a lot more traffic come in. That kind of happens when Google AdSense gets added. We become a partner with them. And in watching that and then going through the course of action to make things better, I realize where there's more need for my expertise to train you guys. And then I'm looking at the agenda of everything getting ready for what's coming in September. And there is really only one Saturday time that I can make this fit between now and September. And it's this weekend. It's this weekend, the 23rd of July. We had a tentative plan. When I explained to Tanya, like our schedule when we can do it and what's going on, we made changes for this. We sacrifice like you guys do all the time. We're going to do a response magic 4-hour marathon from noon Mountain Time to Eastern. So right after the wine training, we usually cover some stuff on Google and everything else. We're going to still do that for those that need help with Google AdSense. We're going to, work on some of the stuff that I'm going to bring up today. And at the top of the hour, at noon my time, which is Mountain Time this week anyway, no guarantees on next week, but this week I'll be on Mountain Time. And it'll be noon my time, 11 Pacific, 1 Central, 2 Eastern for 4 hours. I'm going to work on some new additions and new modifications for Response Magic. Okay, it'll be an additional training that can add on to what we already have, but I'm going to be really focused on the Response Magic application and how we're using it, and some things that I've been testing that's working. Now, the funny thing, and I know I'm repeating this, and I do this with the instructors all the time. In order to be successful as a performance blogger and an online marketer, you really don't need a lot of things to happen all at once. You just need you need things to happen consistently. And then you can bring in enough money to run your family. The odds of success are massively in our favor. And because we work in teams, we can pretty much guarantee the success because the teams are being ran by people already succeeding in what we do. There is an absolute method to our team setups and the structure that we have. And it's getting more and more visible as successful as I watch our MSI teams gel with the reduced friction and getting the PBSs up and going with Google AdSense, and then our setting and presenting process has just taken a while to adapt to. It's a change. It was a pretty massive change, really. And now we've been into it a couple months. It's now becoming systematic. It's being adopted, and the belief is there because it's working. I have a couple of my own personal students that I work with that sent me that are literally having the $500 to $1,000 weeks, just like I tell them they will, and they haven't talked to a single person other than to make sure they're showing up for the appointments. The teamwork is working amazing, and it's starting to spread, and it's starting to duplicate. And that's how this goes. And then before you know it, you got a big old snowball effect rolling into momentum of growth. And because of the structures we work with, very smart, it benefits everybody. I'm seeing it happen, and it's getting me so excited because I know when it's happening at this level, it only gets bigger. It only gets bigger. We've got the right momentum. We are having one of the most tremendous Julys in the last 5 years as far as new students coming in. The world is looking for change, looking for ways they can make money from home, work online. We're attracting more and more of the right people to add to our teams. You guys, this is a successful business, and it doesn't just rely on what you can do, but it relies on what your teams can do. And the teams are being formed by people that are already successful here, that are under leadership and guidance from Tanya and I down, and the MSIs and the groups that we have. This is a formidable leadership program. And we're not done. We're rolling out incredible leadership training so that we can help people get up to speed and be better communicators, be better organizers with the team, and do the things that we know is going to impact growth and profitability for everybody in the team. We're making substantial investments to make that happen. And it started in Waikiki with our top leaders. And then we've been rolling it out to the instructors and getting them ready for what's going to happen in September. We are doing some leadership 101 training, and we are recording it. So when those of you that enter the instructor training, you're going to be able to get access to that. We're building up a core value add leadership process to everything we do. Leadership is critical in business. It's critical in running your house. We're going to be diving in to make us all better people so we can have better relationships, better communication. And there's a lot of moving bits and pieces that are assembling to make this work. And we're doing it in a way that shouldn't upset our day-to-day that we're growing. And then we're going to have a lot of people ready for what rolls out on September 25th. It's a Sunday in Dallas, Texas. We're going to really have an amazing milestone event that's going to launch even more success. And I'm so excited that we've been able to time it out and release the information. Training and developing your skills that you need to succeed where you need to succeed are something that has to happen. Big corporations do it. They invest a lot of money into their people. The labor force, as they call it, or your people, are your biggest absolute asset. We run in a different way. I saw the world changing. I wanted to adapt it. Don't like the employer-employee relationship. I don't like the way it's structured. I think it's absolute slavery. In fact, I just find it to be slavery. You might have your employees happy to work for you, but they're enslaved. They have to get permission to take time off. All these things are going to change. And I'm watching it. And I got to not only watch the trend happen, but we instigated it when we created this in 2008. We instigated it from the get-go. And we didn't really have a lot of business models to follow. So we had to kind of wing it. We had to kind of try it out. We just treated everybody the way we want to be treated. And here we are. And I'm so glad we put it together. I'm not going to say it was easy. I'm just going to say it was right. Now, that being said, we see what's happening now. It's never been this amazing, but it's because we have the right people that are backing it up. It's bigger than just Tanya and I. It's bigger than just a few of us. There's literally hundreds of us at the helm of the instructor doing this. And so we're investing big into them, and we're going to invest big into everybody that is in Dallas on the 25th. We have an amazing training that coincidentally, if you believe in that word, not only does it make us better leaders and better communicators, but because of the way that it works, it's going to make us better writers in the way that we do our blogging and the art of performance blogging and the reviews. And why that makes me excited is there is an edge when you know how to do the copy right. When you know how to write, I call it write copy. It's like writing our pages. When you have the skills to write properly, you're going to do better than someone else because you know what you've been trained on how it works. And we try to resonate in the training. I don't hold punches back. I walk you through it. But these tools that we're going to share in the training on the 25th, you guys will not even believe it. Like, and we're going to be doing it on a screen. We're going to be walking it through. It'll be the time to ask questions and launch it. But, I've been trying to find a way to teach with, and we do it through repetition, but to give people tools so they can write faster, better, headlines, ad copy, the stuff that actually makes this work even better, as opposed to, and it's awesome. Okay. Now, the training that everybody's going to get is very effective. It's already been proven for years on building dynamic leaders in sales and marketing and with big companies, okay? The training cost is roughly just over $400 per person. You're not paying that. That's an investment that we worked out with our trainer, that Tanya and I, we've collaborated some stuff to give the value to you. See, we look at it as a partnership. A lot of us here aren't ready to invest in ourselves the way we should. And it's a chicken and the egg thing. Like for us, when you see something that's great, you can't afford not to have it because it's going to impact and make changes. And the sooner those impacts happen, the sooner you reap the rewards of those impacts, the better things become. I look at it as a priceless thing to do and give to everybody there because big commitments are being made to get there. We know you're serious. We invest with you. It just means you're going to get along faster, succeed better, sooner. So you can help even more people. So if we can get our vision to happen faster, this is priceless. And we know we got the stability and the back office support, the phone support, the inbound support. We've been working through all that to where we know we can sustain the growth coming in and we can sustain a lot more growth. And that makes me so excited because I've been patiently waiting for things to build up, doing it right. You guys, I have blown up my own projects by outperforming the marketing. Something that's usually unheard of. Like you did too much marketing. Yes, I've done it and blown my companies up. So we've been pacing things out and being very thorough. And by the nature of our growth, it is tied to the effectiveness of our instructors. So if we want to grow more, we have to have more effective instructors. Otherwise, we just have people in waiting. We can only talk to so many at a time. The nature of how we structure this, the high touch nature, the one-on-one nature, limits the growth the right way anyway. So in order for us to get bigger, we just got to duplicate and get more people to be successful. That is a natural throttle. Okay. Why I'm so excited is that was a vision that I never had the patience to see out prior. And now everything runs that way here. We can never outgrow our support because there's the high touch element. We can't just slam a bunch of people in and we have ways to handle everything. You guys, I'm going to tell you how proud we are. It's an understatement. And I get excited because I'm watching it come together for the next growth. So what does this mean? Well, it means that effectively we can literally lead every student to achieve time freedom and financial freedom. That's the whole goal here. That's the simplicity of the goals, because this is built upon the ability to build your team so much that they're independent of you so you can continue to build at whatever pace you want to go. Everybody here has access to be supported, but at some point you can be supported by the entire blunt of the company. You do not need to rely on anybody. You don't need to rely on your instructor or even your MSI. The company and all the support from the company can support you and where you want to go as fast as you want to go and take it. No one here should be subject to anybody else. You can go faster. We have the abilities to do so. Yes, you got to be trained. Yes, you got to apply everything, but it allows anybody here to literally surpass their instructors if they want to. And that's how the new way needs to be. We can get paid what we're worth. We can get paid what we can create. That's the way I would want it for me. So that's how you guys have it. I've always been an overachiever. I've always outperformed anybody in the realm of me and in the marketing that I do. And it's just who I am. And so when I built these systems, I wanted to make sure I built it so that anybody would have that same advantage. When you have to wait for somebody else to get there, it's frustrating. And the only time you got to do that is as you're learning the different things that we have in session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4. Once you learn all that and you practice it to get, to get progressively better, eventually you have access to everything to build your, your teams and your empires. That I want you guys to know that is real, and that's what we have. So again, we've removed all the friction that I possibly could, and I'll look for more. But it's never been as simple to get up and going and successful as it is right now. Right now. And so that being said, I'm going to say so one more time. I wrote this big so. I'm going to cover the September event, and I'm going to cover some amazing timing. For those of you that were on Saturday, I started this approach, okay? And there's some things that I know that you do not know. There's things that I can't tell you yet, but I can guide you based on that knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to do that. A lot of times, I may put something out there that you guys don't quite follow why I do it that way. There's always a method to my madness. There's always an understanding that I've developed or a plan I put together to take advantage of what we have and to maximize it out. So there's that so again. And I'm going to help everybody here reap the most amazing amount of advantages, working smart with cash flow and to build into things, okay? First, I'm gonna do I'm gonna call it as commercial break, even though it's not a commercial. If anybody here is not aware of what the IBO is, you need to get with your instructor and understand it. On the bottom of step 1, there is I think it's a 15-minute video that explains what IBO is. As of 4 hours ago, we had a new client come on in that realm. We have 84 slots available for the IBO program. Okay, we've been hovering between 50 and 70. We just bumped over that for the first week in a while. We're at 84 open slots. The IBO program costs nothing. There are qualifications to go through it, and it is something that pays $750 a month when you're up and running for a guaranteed minimum of 6 months. All right, and we have a pretty good slew of students that have been getting it for more than 2 years, some more than 3 years, but it's guaranteed for 6 months. And I'm going to stress this: it's not something you should go buy a new house with or a new car. Use it to build your business, use it to pay down debt, use it to pay down your credit cards so you can use those as a line of credit to expand your business, invest in yourself, attend the events, et cetera, and let it turn into more cash flow as you do so. Having success here is creating several income streams, okay? You guys, I got an email yesterday while I was doing a training, doing a session 2 training. The email came from Google. Month of June, which is normally a down month for me with Google AdSense, I had a 92% increase. I placed a lot of ads in June. I was training on placing a lot of ads in June, and I was refreshing a lot of ads in June, and I was looking for a lot of new places to advertise. And just so everybody knows what I marketed Vela Vita for weight loss. I marketed the wine, and I did it globally. I didn't really market a lot of the other offers other than the ones in, I launched it out when I could do something new. I'm marketing the anchors. Okay. I haven't had an increase like that in a long time. And it'll hit here on the 21st, the June check, but that's a big increase. That's almost 100% increase. That's like doubling the income. And everybody here that's getting Google AdSense, we're going to be working to make it more and more productive and to help drive more and more traffic and do the things that I've done to improve the traffic, okay? That's why Response Magic came up today and the importance of getting that added to your systems, okay? So anybody, I don't care how brand new you are, where you're at in modifying your system, the Response Magic training, that's our autoresponder email system. We're gonna walk through from beginning to setup, okay, and doing a bunch of new things in it for 4 hours on Saturday. All right. Even if you already have it installed, I'm going to tell you, most everybody that I've checked, they're not utilizing it to an ability that they should. Everybody needs help with this. I've yet to find one person that's utilizing Response Magic correctly So we're going to spend some time on that. And it's one of those things, it's just bonus. It just having it plugged in right and utilizing it right, it generates more volume, which is more traffic, which is more commissions. Okay. So let's go over this event, and then we're going to go over how to plan to get there. I want to see if we can get another 120, and I talked to the instructors about it. I want to see if we can get another 120. It'll fill the capacity of the room we currently are going to have, and I want to see if I can get a bigger room. Okay, I like that challenge. So I want to see if we can get another 120 of us to come to the event. With everything that we have lined up to train on and roll out, and I've got goodies for you that this trip's going to be interesting. We're funding a lot of things to hand out to you guys because we really want to invest in the changes we're making. I also like the fact that if we're sponsoring you, and I call it a partnership sponsor, where we're funding some tools, I can get a little bit more demanding and direct with you to help you do it. I feel more empowered when I can help support you with it, because I've invested in your success, and that's what I want to do in a big way. So I'm going to walk through, based on the timing of this event, on how this goes. And this is something that I've learned from doing these events for 3 decades. Events grow your business. And the way we do events today is so much better than when we started out 3 decades ago. We know how to cut out the bullshit. We know how to focus on the meats and potatoes. We know how to focus on launching into ways that generate revenues. There is going to be an amazing thing that happens on the Friday and then the Saturday night that we take advantage of during Sunday and during our work. It is so freaking powerful, and it turns into an amazing situation and allows us to not only have access to an easier path to earn some immediate money to replace what it costs to get to the event, but a way to get really big bonuses. I got to stop. Guys, it's awesome what happens every time we put these together. And it's an incredible thing that we need to get every one of our students in, because believing in yourself and believing in the vision that you're part of drives you to get the work done. It just does. I mean, you can watch other people have success, and you're going to see that here every day, all the time. That's what we do. We create success here. But we got to get people out of their own way, and we got to give them the knowledge that they need in order to do that. Okay? And we do a really good job with the technology that we have today versus what we had before. I mean, I get to come on here on every Tuesday and train and bleed into you guys to focus on getting bigger. I get to work with the instructors every Monday, right? We can have a lot of fun with the wine and dine on Wednesdays. And you guys, there's trainings going on at the MSIs every day of the week. And then we have training on how we build a business with the other legs of marketing, with the paid marketing, Monday through Friday during business hours on the RRR247 calls. This is a career for hundreds and hundreds of us, like a career income. Okay, we want it to be a career for thousands and thousands of us. And it takes love and devotion to get people past the hurdles of taste and their belief in themselves. It's the human side. And the training that we're unleashing on everybody, and effectively we're getting the instructors ready with it now, but the training we're going to unleash on the 25th of September, which happens to be my brother's birthday. I just realized that. On the 25th of September is going to change how RRR247 performs starting from that day forward. And we've already seen the effects with the top leadership. We're seeing upwards of 400% increase. You guys, this is monumental, and the right training is everything. You guys, I talk about Jim Rohn, probably not enough. That guy has such a huge impact in my life. I know he did in Niles. I know he did in Ruth's. And I haven't talked to Ruth for a bit, but Ruth and I can talk about Jim Rohn forever. Jim Rohn was hired to do training nonstop around the globe for a reason, because his trainings had impact. That impact created more success, and his trainings are all about becoming a better you and looking at things in a better mindset and getting out of the broke mentality and the broke environment we started in. I've had a lot of people listen to me talk and say, Rory, you sound just like so-and-so. Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn. Well, I was mentored by them all. I went and attended their courses. I've spent a lot of time there. And we have a lot of things that are becoming shared truths. And I get to pass that information forward with you guys with great pride and respect. And, you know, I had Jim Rohn pour into me, and he just told me to pass, pay it forward. Help others, share the message, pay it forward. Be the best you can be. You've got a special gift for Rory. Help as many people as you can. I'm living up to that every day I can too. And I want to just let you guys know the training directions that we're constantly looking to grow is how we live. We try to grow ourselves all the time. I want to be better and better and better. I want to become the Rory that I want to be proud of, that's doing the things that Rory thinks are important. Growing a community, helping as many people as possible get a hand up to change their environment so that we can change the world. The impact of that is what I'm all about. And I got projects that I want to do that are in other sections of humanitarian work, and things that affect us in the judicial and the legal systems. There's things that I want to help impact one thing at a time. We're getting all through there, but the larger we become as RRR247, the more people that we're creating the incomes and the family economics for, the more of us that have a shared voice in the consensus form of marketing, the more good we're going to be able to do. It's already happening. I've been on a philanthropy project the last couple of weeks and getting ready for it. They're getting things sized up. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't need us working on pages on it yet. But, I do care about what impact the programs we market have on the world. Is it making the world a better place? Is it helping in things that we care about? And it's nice to be able to be picky like that. We've got things where if we just market what we have now, we're great. But there's always other edges and things that come out there that really can enhance things. And I just want to make sure it's the right thing. But I get really excited about the right things. I'm pretty excited right now. So, September event. We're looking at the 19th of July. Okay. The thing about the 19th of July is we're still within 60, we're more than 60 days from when you guys should be at the event, which is September 22nd. It's a Thursday, okay? We've been announcing the times for a long time, so those of you that still work under the slavery of a job can get your time off with your boss and superiors, and you hopefully can rearrange things so you can take the time off with permission. And I hope that stings. I hope you find a reason to make that change as we give you the ability as a partner to gain control of your time and financial freedom. You got to want to do this. You got to want to achieve this so you can set the goals and then back up the goals with the actions to make those happen. Okay, we know how to do that here. We do it all the time. And we're going to be able to focus more and more on that in person. And at these live events, that's what we do the whole time. I stay out and work with people every possible hour of those events. There's just so much more we can do in person. And then the events themselves have great impact, and then everything else around it. So I'm going to kind of go over an itinerary of what goes on so you guys know how to plan this. You want to get in on the Thursday, the 22nd. That's registration. And we get all our teams together and we get to start talking and planning stuff out, celebrating, hugging, being really happy that we're there. It's always awesome. That's Thursday, okay? And we want to do that and get in, get settled a little bit. I like to do a lot of reset, refocus, recommit, and meditation prior to the event so that I can soak up as much of the knowledge as I want. But I also want to soak up enough of the inspirational interactions that occur at a live event. The things that someone wants to say to me or feels inclined to say to me that will guide me to understand something and connect the dots that I'm working on. It happens all the time. We're all in a very awesome situation of energy and direction that is all the same for everybody. You cannot beat the power of that. We get that at the events. So September 22nd, you want to get there. We want to make sure your MSI and your team knows you're coming. We want to make sure everybody's, getting in, everybody gets the Ubers, they arrive, we get connected. And Thursday, there's going to be a lot of team, dinners and things going on, a lot of breaking of bread and celebration. And then Friday and Saturday are 2 full incredible days of training in the convention center in the big ballroom that we'll be in. It's a glorious layout. I've seen it already. And you guys know how the Bella Vita events go. There's glorious screens and production. It's very impactful and very professional. It's awesome to be part of. Costa does a very good job of this. He's been working on it for months, and they go without a flaw. I mean, they're so planned out that even a fire alarm doesn't mess things up, right? We saw that last time. So, and when that just went without a beat or without a skip of a beat, you're like, you knew they were way prepared. And I was behind the scenes during that time, and everybody was we just roll with it. We adjusted. It's an honor to work with professionals, and that's what we're going to be doing on the 23rd and 24th. It's so like planned out, organized, and there's a lot of things snuck in there, fit in there. It's really tight. You can tell that very professional, organized OCD individuals line this stuff up. It's boom, boom, boom. I mean, they even put me on a clock, right? So we're gonna be doing that Friday and Saturday, and it's a working lunch. Okay. Now there might be a special lunch time that certain people go into a special session, but it's going to be a set lunch. No one's going to be leaving and coming. It's going to be provided for us. It's included in our tickets. Lunch is provided Friday and Saturday. Okay. Friday night is going to be a RRR247 dinner to be announced. And this is something that Tanya and myself and the IBO team is going to support. Okay. So I'll just let you guys know that's RRR247 only. You guys are going to get a nice dinner on as a celebration and investment in you guys there. And we want to make sure that our overheads are low because a lot of people are just getting their businesses going. Next year, it's going to be a whole different story because of what's going on now. We're going to have a lot of people succeeding. So we're going to have, and that means we're going to have a lot of people that are going to need to learn from what I'm about to go through here in stages to get people there. There's a smart way to do things. Okay. And I'm going to go over that. So that's Friday and Saturday. Friday night dinner. Saturday night is a big gala dinner. You guys, for several people, it may be one of the best meals they ever have. This is, an amazing, usually it's a steak, a filet, steak and potatoes, right? It's going to be a high-end dinner, and it's served properly where it's hot to the plate, and we enjoy an amazing meal, okay? Now, Costa and I share a very big passion for food. Okay, we share a big, and there's something about having an amazing meal and celebration. There's something about, spending the money, spending the time, spending the effort to have a great meal in a celebration event. Having just a hamburger and a barbecue doesn't quite cut the essence of what we're pushing for. And it has to do with taste and growth and what we deserve, and especially what we have available. You guys remember, if we don't have the resources to help and impact people, we can't impact people. It's more than just our time, it's resources. It takes resources to make the big things happen. You can't supply shoes for an orphanage without resources. You can't feed people without resources. You can't help your neighbor from losing their house after they lost their job. There's things you can't do without resources. And once you understand that, and you allow yourself to receive that, big things happen. And that's a taste adjustment. And I really, really love the way that that's done. And we get to do it with I get to wear a tux. I love wearing a tux. I do it for weddings and celebrations like this, right? And we're going to be wearing tuxes, the guys, or nice suits. That's the idea, black and white, and amazing gala dresses for the women. And I got to tell you, seeing the women dress up for that big event, that's worth all the extra time at night. That's worth all the extra effort to make this happen and build this up. That celebration, it's an event that celebrates success, and that's what happens on the gala. Then that's the end of the Bella Vita experience. There are going to be, some promotions we get to run with, but Sunday, that's RRR247 day, and we impact the training by combining two things in once, which is the Bella Vita training and then amazing RRR247 leadership development, performance blogging training. And we have a lot of special guests lined up to really hit that in on the Sunday. That's our day. And it's going to be, a very impactful event, and you guys are gonna get some goodies, and you're gonna get some things that are gonna make you an amazing, better person as far as communication skills and working on the skills that we need you to have to be, better at blogging, better at the performance blogging, better at instructing, and better on, doing the BRTs, all of that. We're gonna be investing in you on that day. And then that night, there'll be some dinners and some fun. And then everybody's free to go home, either late that night. We'll wrap up the training, the official training, by about 4. A lot of people are going to go get some food and continue to work on things. The different groups are going to be working on the trainings like we do and doing their study hours. We're going to be finalizing a lot of the promotions and whatnot. So we got to leave time for that. It's a big impact. And some of you are going to be there and you can leave late that night. I suggest you leave on the 26th. And I would even leave late on the 26th. Tanya and myself are going to be around the hotel to talk to people one-on-one or in small groups the entire Monday and I believe even Tuesday. Okay. And I know there's people saying that long. We're going to just do that after. And you're going to be so excited. And some of this stuff, you're going to feel like you're in a dream. When I've had these big impactful trainings that I've had in my life, I get this sense where I'm just like floating in the air. Like I'm taking it in and it feels right and I love it. That's what these events do. And once you get again, the word taste for that, you'll see why we do this on a regular basis. I wish we had an event every weekend. The growth that you see from people, event to event to event, is just addictive. Because they're going to be a person that can impact others. A lot of people want to do good in the world. You just don't know how, right? You don't know what you don't know. But when we have these events, you can get an idea how to do it. And then the more you attend, the more you get developed in it, the bigger your team builds around it. You start seeing that you are changing things and you can see the impact and feel the impact. And it makes you push harder. It keeps you, there to do that extra step. So that's the time. And I'm going to go over this. I got 7 minutes. I might go a little bit over, and then we're going to go into the PPPS area. We can go to some IBO questions. I'm going to just stress that. Get with your instructor on that. And if you don't know what the IBO is, you need to find out. It's something that everybody should be doing. Renee, I'm not doing Q&A yet. You're just a little early. Thank you. I'm going to go into this. Okay, so timeline. It's July 19th. July 19th, and the event is September 22nd. Okay. The closer we get to the event, the odds of your airfare going up are just going to increase. I just know it as a seasoned traveler. You're not going to see really amazing deals on airfares the closer you get to the timing. Okay. Now, there is a ticket, there's a hotel cost, there's everything that's there. There is some security as far as we know. There's some rooms available right now. We've secured some more, which means they're available, and it helps you with the following timeline. The most important thing to get there today is your airline ticket. It's the one thing that can fluctuate in price, and it could go from being reasonable to make it to where it's not reasonable for the right people that need to be there. So don't let that happen. Book your airline ticket. Now I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how I get airfare rates. All right. And every location's got the, better airlines to fly from. But the more I've been doing these trainings, the more I've been realizing there's a lot of us here that have never really been on a plane or not for a long time. And this is a great thing to adapt to. So I'm going to show you how I use the internet to say, oh, I just found out, you guys, we're not going to do the PPPS questions and stuff today. We're going to spend the time on this. And then there's some Q&A on IBO. I'll take those, but we're not going to spend time on PPPS this week. Okay. So I'm going to show you this on the airline stuff. I'm going to share my screen. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to show you guys real life situations on this. Okay. And then I want you guys to get familiar with this and create a pattern for the events. The second the event is announced, where it's going to be and the dates, and we tell you what dates are going to be for the RRR247 event, you want to start booking your airfare first. The reason why you want to do is in almost every case, the early bird gets the worm And if you do it right, you can go first class for very few dollars more. You deserve that. You go first class once, your taste is going to change, and you're going to start doing things to make even more money because nobody's going to want to be in coach after they fly first class. This is the advice I received a long time ago from a mentor. And when I started doing all my travels with my voicemail company, I was flying first class almost no matter what. And my output of production went up to match it. I just got to tell you, it is definitely part of the mindset. They do it on purpose because I can't even like imagine flying a long distance thing. You know, I always get the biggest room I can, even if I fly JetBlue. You know, I try to avoid Southwest because they don't really have as much room as I would like. That's my last resort. But we fly Delta, typically first class. And I'm going to tell you, if I book as fast as possible with the most space, I'm flying first class for the same or close to price that a lot of people pay for coach. It's also a fact that a lot of people don't have a taste for first class because they don't have it. They think it costs way more than they want to pay, and they're going to be kind of tight on the travel. And why not just fly coach, right? So they don't even look. And I'm going to tell you, there is like a 4% of bookings where people book coach at a higher rate than they could have got first class. You just got to look. It doesn't hurt to look. But I've seen people do it. They'll pay that $450 for coach. Then they got to pay for bags, 2 bags, right? $450 plus 2. If they're flying with 2 bags at $50 a piece, now you're at $550. They could have got a first class ticket for $500 that includes up to 3 bags for free. This is facts, guys. So you just got to know what you're dealing with. So I want to do some real life scenarios. We'll do a few of them here, and I think they're good to see. Somebody that hasn't got their ticket yet, that's coming to the September event. Let's see what we can get an airline ticket for with My Way. Kathy Ashby. Okay, I want to ask you to mute. Kathy, where are we going? I know we're going to Dallas.
Yes.
Dallas has 2 airports.
Yes.
Dallas Fort Worth, Dallas Love. We're going to check both.
Right.
Where are we flying from, Kathy?
Well, that's what I've been checking back and forth between flying out of Chattanooga or making my husband drive me to Atlanta.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this right now. How long of a drive is it to Atlanta?
2 hours.
Okay, so let's say that we do the drive to Atlanta. Okay, we got gas and time with your husband, right? And it's a 2-hour drive there, a 2-hour drive back. You might need to have a hotel cost for him, and maybe he's good to go there and back. I don't know.
Yeah, he's good for that.
Okay, so time and gas, we're gonna add up that's like a $200 cost to go there, and then a $200 cost to pick you up. So that's $400.
Okay.
Okay, the other airport is Chattanooga.
Correct.
How far away is that?
It's 2 hours from Atlanta. Oh, from my house, it's like 10 minutes.
Okay, so that's already more attractive to me for $400.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's Chattanooga, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I haven't flown out of Chattanooga for a while. So what airline do you usually use?
Well, there is an American airline that American Airlines has a direct flight to Dallas from Chattanooga.
Okay.
So I don't have to go through Atlanta and switch terminals and everything.
Yeah, we're going to get to all of that and the cost savings, what it really costs. I have this down to a really good science because we travel a lot. And I can look at it and assess what's going to be the best deal. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize a lot of my windows here. We're going to keep JetBlue open. I'm going to keep Southwest open. I'm going to go to the cheap airlines. You said American Airlines. That's good. So I'm going to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee. The 22nd, we want to get on the 22nd, leave on the 26th still?
Yes.
All right, and this is Dallas, Texas. I'll go all airports, round trip. We'll look at economy first. We'll hit find deals. And this is like where I first start. I also like to do a Google search. I'm gonna close out some of these. I do a Google search, right? Google, we like Google. And there's a way to like best airline. out of Chattanooga. To Dallas, Texas. And by saying it that way, I'm going to get all sorts of rates already. Okay.
Okay.
And I look at this and I come down to this flight thing right here. And there's American Airlines, 2 hours, 8 minutes nonstop from $352.
Right.
Have you found this already?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's
I'm going
100.
to tell you, you're probably not going to find it cheaper than that, but this is good to see it here. But I'm going to come here and look.
Well, it was 178 from Atlanta last time I checked.
Round trip?
Yep.
What round trip 178 is an amazing bargain.
I know.
And you didn't book it though, right?
I didn't because I hesitated to put my husband through driving 8
That's
hours.
Atlanta. But remember, I tell you, like my estimation with gas, wear and tear, that's $400.
Yeah.
So that makes it 600.
Right.
That's not worth it.
No, it's really not.
Okay. Now this is American Chattanooga, Dallas, Fort Worth, nonstop, shortest duration, cheapest, $390.
Okay.
Now the reason why I like this cheap flights and it pulls it up on Priceline has financing, Kathy, where you can literally finance it for $36 a month. And I'm letting people know this because I've seen the criteria and the financing. This is a way that some people can do without putting on a credit card. You get a low feasible amount and you can make this one happen. And you know this is available for the next one, so you can jump on it sooner. Okay. It's
Okay.
just good to know it's there. Right.
Okay.
And this is the main cabin. We haven't looked at, and I was going to tell you the advantage of booking it early is you can get better pricing for business. So let's see what first class runs. It's a short flight for you, so it's probably not that major of a deal, but we'll see what it is for pricing.
Okay.
For fun.
For fun.
They're at $788. On up. Round trip 788, which that's like equal to you spending $400 for a ticket and $200 each way for your husband to drive. But you know, you can for $350 for the difference of $400
Right.
for a 2-hour flight, coach is fine.
Gotcha.
Right. And that I look at that.
Flight's not bad.
Let's see what else we have. Let's look at smart fares if anything comes up. Oh, these guys you got to call. And sometimes it's worth calling. Usually it's not. This is American Airlines. This total includes fees and taxes for $334.
Oh, that's the best one I've seen. I need to
Well,
grab that.
this is why I use these different services, right?
Okay. This one comes in on Wednesday instead of Thursday, though.
That's true. And it leaves on Tuesday. So you're saving a little bit of money, and is it worth it for the extra nights? That's what you got to weigh out, right?
Okay.
So it may not be, and that's why you look at it. But I look at these options, right?
Right.
And I'm just showing you guys how I do it. Sometimes the price savings worth the extra night in the hotel. Maybe you want to be there anyway. Okay.
Mhm. Yes, I need to spend time with Tanya
See?
on Monday somehow, some way.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't booked it yet, because I need to make sure I can make that happen.
Yeah. Well, and we have time. We have other days and stuff too to squeeze that stuff in. You know, and when you're in the leadership, that's definitely going to be a bigger plus, right?
Okay.
So that's the cheap flight place. And the other ones, but you know, American Airlines looks like it's, you know, the winner right there for the $390. See, that's only a $50 difference. That's cheaper than the extra nights of hotel unless you want to be there. Right now, this is looking like the way to go. And if I click on this as low as $36 a month, I'll show you what it looks like. It's through a company called Affirm. Some of us already use Affirm, okay? And you get to pay it off over 3, 6, or 12 months. And you pay it off with a credit card. It gives you flexibility on it, right?
Yeah.
And it shows you what it is. Like for that airfare, you can pay it over 3 months, 6 months, 12 months.
Wow.
There's also American Airlines. You might want to check when you book the ticket with them. Sometimes you can use PayPal credit to pay for airlines. Anything over $99, you got 6 months interest free.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw out these options that are utilized. I like 6 months interest free because it just helps my cash flow. Even though I can pay for it right now, the cash flow is what I care about, and I like to minimize it out. So a lot of times I'll book the airfare and put it on a PayPal credit. I don't ever pay a penny of interest. I've always paid off within 6 months, but it lets me buy things now that I normally wouldn't buy, so I can get the better rate or maybe get first class versus coach. It's just smart money things, right?
Yeah.
Like there's one thing to make the money, it's another thing to keep it or to get the best bang out of the buck with it. And I can hear my grandpa in my head, right? Like to go through and you just check it all out. It's just these things, and technology online just allows that to happen. All right, now let's go to Atlanta. Same times, let's find deals. 2-hour drive isn't that bad, right? And if he's willing to drive there and back twice, that's awesome.
He's a good guy.
Yes.
I've been with him 46 years. He better be.
But a 2-hour drive there and back, I mean, it is doable, but it's $400 value to me. And so I like to weigh that out.
Oh, down to 100.
So now it's looking, now it's looking crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Now Frontier, you got to pay for a bag. And make sure you get bring on food and drink because their service is horrible.
Yeah.
Spirit, I wouldn't put my enemy on a Spirit flight.
Oh gosh, you'll never get your bags back.
Not just that, but I think you got to pay for a seatbelt. Like careful, right? Yeah. They call it a bear fare, and that's what it is. Oh, you wanted a seat with that. Oh, you wanted a drink of water. It's $5. I mean, yeah. Spirit, you guys, if I put Tanya on a Spirit flight, I think that would be the end of my marriage. So, I have a story. She flew Spirit once. It was like her idea because it was so cheap. And when she got home, she looked at me like, I can't believe I did that. This was years ago. But United Airlines, you're going to get a seat assigned to you. There is a stop, 1 hour, 18 minutes. It still gets in at a really good time. But that's 7:20 in the morning. So you got to leave early to get there, right?
Yeah.
So that's a little bit challenging. There's an early bird thing, 6 a.m., same thing. And it's $198. I mean, it's almost worth driving the night before, stay in a hotel. You're still going to save money over the other fare. If you stay in a $60 hotel, for instance, this is ridiculous. Who wants to be in Miami for 6 hours, right?
Yeah.
This is main cabin round trip, 2 hours, 24 minutes on American Airlines for $208. I mean, you're seeing those there. Frontier is not nasty, but you are going to be paying for luggage on all of these because they usually charge you for luggage. So, you look at it, you got one bag. What's it cost here, right? And then you still can do the financing with the firm. And I'm going to tell you guys on these, even on the small tickets, the thing with the firm is once you get an account with them and you pay it off, they just extend your credit without dinging your other credit. They don't do checks. They let you build up within their system. So next year you can have hey, that's my travel budget ready to go. It makes it so you can deal with it with cash flow. But you guys, we have such amazing business model. Our overhead for a business that can do what a PBS can do with everything we have in it is it's remarkable, right? You can go from making, anywhere from nothing because you didn't do anything and weren't set up and didn't have Google AdSense, to making over $1 million a year. I'll leave it there. And your overhead doesn't get more than $200 to $300 a month. And as you're getting customers in wine, you limit that overhead. As you get customers in Bella Vita, you limit that overhead because you get profitable. And because we're working in teams, the availability for that just gets even better. And when you start setting and being part of the marketing process with your teams, if you just bring in 1 or 2 people in that method a month, you're cash positive. It's so amazing what you can do here, and the friction's removed. So now we're going to get more and more people just bringing the little money in so they can believe and then dive more into it. That's what's happening. That's why the excitement's so massive. We got those that already know and get it. That's great, but we got to get more people to actually realize this is real and get them to be part of it. So that's Priceline. I'm going to go to open airfare really quick.
I'm thinking I'm going out of Chattanooga.
Yeah, for $350.
Yeah.
Right. So you saw where to go on that. Book it.
Cheap flights. Is that what you were on?
Yeah, that's cheap flights. And once you see it on cheap flights, right? Then you can go to like American Airlines and see what they have it for, but you have a reference here and you can buy it through here too.
Okay.
Like it goes through like Priceline or where you want to look at, but I use cheap flights to look it up. I also use the internet, right? So I come to the internet and it has American Airlines 352. And I just click on it and it pulls it right up. It tells you the exact flights nonstop for the rate.
Yeah. And I can be there in 2 hours. I'm off for that. And I'm booking mine right now.
Perfect. All right, let's see who's next. All right, hold on. Let's stop my share. All right, Kathy, we got that settled. Mary Forrestal. Where are we coming from?
Well, I'm moving to Florida this weekend, so I'm not sure exactly what airport to use. I'm going
Okay,
to
what
Ocala,
airports, where are you moving to and what airports are close?
Florida, and I believe Orlando is the closest.
Which airport?
Orlando, Florida?
Orlando.
Orlando.
Airport. I love that airport and the rates are always amazing. So MCO, Dallas Fort Worth, round trip, 22nd to 26th. We'll do the same thing to find deals there. I mean, you're going to have Delta flights. You're going to have a lot of flights out of Orlando. It's a pretty awesome way to go. I wouldn't mind looking at JetBlue too, Orlando to Dallas. Let me just look at that really quick. They may not have it. They don't. DFW. They don't have Dallas there. That's fine. MCO.
Mary, I don't know how far you are from Tampa, but Tampa was around $320, Rory.
Awesome. Well, we'll see what it
I
pulls
don't
up
know.
right
I'm right in the middle. I'm in the horse country. So I don't know the area at all.
now. Okay, so you said $300. Well, if you fly Southwest from Orlando to Dallas, you literally could get a low fare of $100 one way, 104 one way. Look at all these times.
I like that.
This and Southwest, you get 2 free bags, right?
Oh, nice.
So Southwest has advantages, right? And you can alter and change things. That you just want to, it's something to definitely consider, right? So
Yeah.
like me, 6 o'clock in the morning, not my favorite time, but sometimes it is. But $650 for $99. I mean, here's an 8:30 to 10:15. That's nonstop. This right here, I would probably take 8:30. I get the airport at 6. I get time to get coffee, get my eggs, get my routine, check stuff on there, get on the plane. Hope they have Wi-Fi, right? So it's $99. Then we're gonna return from Dallas. Wow. Again, I'm gonna want a later flight because you can be at the hotel with us as long as possible. You can leave at 5:30. That's $100. $100.
I like it.
I hit continue. Yeah, I mean, I'm not logged in, so it's not pulling up there, but $197.95.
Nice. And that's left field, right?
And Love Field is my favorite airport there. Like Dallas Fort Worth is so big and massive. Yes, I know my way around it, and you can ask Tanya, I actually prefer Love Field. It's like my own little airport. You land, you get a car right out the gate. It's really quick and easy in and out. It's closer to the airport, so it'll be like $10 cheaper in Uber.
Nice.
I mean, $200, book your ticket now.
I'm on it.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. I mean, I can look at these other flights here. Nothing's going to be $200,
No,
right? And that's super convenient. All right, yours was the easiest one yet today.
that's good.
Okay, Darlene. Oh, I need to see if Diane's still on here today. Is Diane?
Which
Let's see.
one? There's two on, Feek and Bressert.
Neither one of those. I'll text her. I need to get a new address. Okay, Darlene.
Yes, Roy.
Where we
Pittsburgh
flying from?
International.
Where?
Pittsburgh International.
Nice. Nice. Okay, we're gonna try this here first. I think Pittsburgh. I think we can try JetBlue with that too. I'm gonna try Priceline.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. Like what flies into Dallas with them is good, but I know they fly there. I'm just gonna do Priceline, and then I'm also gonna do the Google search. So we're gonna try this first. One person.
Okay.
One person.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. It makes a difference. Like if you get the rate for one, then you try two. Sometimes they only have the one seat at that price. So
Right.
yeah, I've made that mistake many times. Okay, so you got Frontier, and again, keep in mind you're gonna have to pay for anything, but it's pretty dang cheap. That's $150 round trip.
Wow.
Okay, I don't let anybody fly Spirit. You fly Spirit because you're probably gonna lose your Spirit, right? So don't do it. But United, which is gonna be, a seat, and then there's 182. You're gonna still need to pay for a bag, so keep that in mind. Okay, I mean
Okay.
you're and American Airlines is 237. Like your airfare is super awesome right now. Oh wait, that's not Pittsburgh. That was Orlando.
Oh.
Hold on. I don't know how I don't know how I did that. So let's
Are you going to Love Field also?
let's see what it pulls up. I left it open for both.
Okay.
It's the funniest thing with Dallas. So this is DFW. Dallas
Okay.
Fort Worth, depending on the airline, like Delta, it's usually better. Delta, they fly into DFW. This is
Yeah.
Dallas Love, right? Delta flies there too for you, but with a stop in Atlanta, right?
Right.
But you have a cheapest one stop. It's an hour and 15 minutes at LaGuardia Airport layover. You can grab a piece of pizza, for instance. So you add that up there. That stop's going to cost you like $30-40 in food. And if you drink like I do, it's going to cost even more. So you got to weigh that in too, right?
Right.
Like, because everything's more expensive in the airports. I mean, once you get to Dallas, and everything's amazing. It's great price, right, in the city. So add that all up. Like I would rather pay a few dollars extra to get there nonstop than have a layover. And
Yes, I agree. I would too.
a 36-minute layover in Atlanta means you're arriving at gate 28 and leaving at gate 30, right next door. Right. So this isn't a bad way to go too, and that's 357, right?
Right.
But I'm just looking at it. If you couldn't pay me enough to fly Frontier to pay more than Delta, and I would pay $6 more to fly Delta over Frontier any day.
I agree.
So I look at that type of stuff and weigh it in. Okay, but this is Priceline, and this is on the major carriers. Now, Southwest has their own booking system. They don't support this network here. So we'll go to Southwest, and I won't log in. I'm just going to go to bookings, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to modify it. And it's PIT, right? Pitt
Yes.
to Dallas. And that's Dallas Love. We'll try that first. Okay. Same
Okay.
dates. Let's search. I really do prefer Dallas Love. Southwest, though, I think they only fly to Dallas Love, really. So now here we go. So 211, 182. That's a low fare. It stops midway, 5 hours, 20 minutes. 182, but nonstop for $2 more, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one
Okay.
stop, 184 nonstop. That's my bet. That's a great time. 255, you get in at 5. That's fine. That's fine. So I would pick the 184,
Okay,
right? And then I'm gonna go look at the return.
Right.
And the returns, we can get a 150. I mean, we're looking at these different rates here, right? So here's a low fare, one stop. So I gotta weigh out that one stop. Gets in at midnight. That's a little rough,
right.
but so I look at the other ones. I hate the two stops. This is a nonstop for 206. Right now, I'm liking that a lot. This is a change plane, one stop. I mean, the difference of 3 hours for, I'm taking that. It's not worth it. $50 is worth it to me. So this nonstop that leaves at 3 o'clock, that gives you a lot of extra time in the morning. You don't need to get to the airport till about 1-ish. And then
Right.
you're right, and you come in there, so it's 206. And this rate includes the fees and stuff every two bags free. So if you fly with Delta or anybody and you bring a bag, it's like $50 a bag.
Okay.
So
Okay,
I'll
and
hit
who's that
continue.
with?
Southwest.
Oh, that's Southwest. Wow.
You have the cheaper Ubers because it's closer to the airport. That's $389.96 total.
Wow. Okay,
All right. So that's
I'm
a
there.
very awesome rate.
yeah. Okay, thanks, Roy.
And anything cheaper, if you take a bag, is not cheaper anymore.
Right. Very true. Was that economy?
Southwest only has economy.
Oh, okay,
It's and if you're in the air under 4 hours, it's not that bad. That's kind of my rule of thumb. But
right.
you got 3 hours there and 2 hours and 35 minutes back.
Right. And I like that it's nonstop.
Okay, so that's a must for me. I will
Yeah,
nonstop versus when you stop, you just cost you more money and time is money, right? So
right.
I really weigh that out there. So you got a nonstop for under $400. That's total. That's taxes and everything included. See?
Yeah, I see that. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, Roy.
You bet. I love doing this, but there's just, and you'll get to know the airlines that are good for it. And make sure you get all the reward stuff set up. Because what happens is you'll fly 6-7 times and you get to fly free the next time. And a lot of them have credit cards. So let's say that you fly Southwest a lot, you can get a Southwest credit card and literally earn free flights for just buying your groceries on it. Okay, these are things that we need to adapt to as travelers. You guys, we're business people. I'm going to share these skills with you guys. Kathy Taylor, how are you? You guys are getting. I'm going to stop the recording. We'll keep doing this though. God bless everyone. See you on the trainings.